having chronic headaches, respiratory issues, breathing problems, sinusitis, right? The biggest concern that most of us probably have and not aware of it. You know, always having headaches. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to concentrate. It's hard to inhale and exhale. That could be pretty annoying, right? Alright, so stick around. Today I'm going to give you a few pointers of how to prevent, how to get rid of, and how to reverse or remove sinus issues, or as they say, sinusitis, in 2 to 3 months. It's yours truly, Who Gives a Voice. I am your natural nutritionist, and you're joining me on another episode of Health News. So stick around, and let's find out how to get rid of sinusitis. Let's get to the core of this. First of all, what is sinus conditions or sinusitis? Basically, this is when your mucous membrane produces a lot of mucus rapidly because the silica or the entire system is under attack by bacteria or fungus. And in most cases, you have these bacteria and fungus produced because of your eating habits. Rapidly producing mucus is from the form of content of dairy intake or starch. And these things could produce mucus rapidly in the system because, as you know, dairy has bacteria. Now, there are other elements to this for most persons. Pollination, which also causes inflammation or flaring of the sinus, and it produces mucus rapidly. And it kind of traps in these areas where you have a lot of air pockets. And the mucus actually gets into those areas, causes congestion, respiratory problems, breathing issues, and headaches. If you have headaches in these areas consistently, or in this area consistently, it might be a sinus issue, or you might have sinusitis. Now, it's not that severe for most persons, unless you're seeing heavy cold, either in a dark green or light green, or a heavy cold like the other complex, and that will give you an idea of what is really taking place in the system. Now, how to get rid of these issues? Now, it's quite simple. If you avoid dairy products and a lot of intake of starch, and let me just list a few of those dairy products: eggs, cheese, cream, pastas, saturated sauce or sugars also inflames the sinus issue as well. So you want to get rid of those as well. Pastries, also with that issue, you want to get rid of that as well. And anything that goes along with these things like butters and yogurts and so on and so forth. Now you might be saying, holy crap, this dude is calling off all of the stuff that I eat. This is why you have sinus issues. This is why you have chronic fatigue, headaches, migraines, respiratory problems, breathing concerns. These are some of your issues. Now, by simply removing those, you will see an improvement in your respiratory concerns, in your sinus issues, and that's less of a headache for you. But let's do this. A few things you can take to help you get rid of those things that's causing the effect. When your silica is under attack, it's because the bacteria and the fungus is actually attacking the silica, which helps to produce moisture in the nostrils. That's when you inhale and you exhale. It's so refreshing. It feels so good. It's exercising the muscles and the jaws and all that stuff. But to kill that bacteria, we have the dragon's blood. All right. Now, this handy dandy tool here is a raw herbal formula, which is from the side of Durago, which is like a dragon's blood. This is a tree that bleeds in Ecuador once a year. Pretty amazing product. It kills fungus, bacteria, any antifungal issues. This is the best thing to use, and it has a lot of other functionalities to it. And we also have it as well in the raw tincture, which is a liquid form. So you can hear that right there. It's the raw liquid dragon's blood, Dragon's Durago, which is pretty amazing. Oregano. Now, any form of mint is pretty good to use. Peppermint is not bad. But the oregano happens to be one of the best forms to use for sinus issue, which helps with opening the nasal passage and drying up that mucus. And speaking about drying up that mucus, there's also another way to get rid of mucus. Sea moss, Irish moss, Condus crispus, whatever you want to call it. We call it C-Force here. This is our blend of all types of sea moss: bladderwrack, kelp, fucus, lera. It's all in here, all right? So Condus crispus, Irish moss, a blend of sea moss which helps to remove acid and mucus from the system. It's perfect to help to get rid of sinus. So you want to try those methods. Now, we have the oregano as well in capsule for those that think that this might be a little bit too strong. But dropping this in tea, about 2 drops or a milliliter into warm water, is a pretty good idea. And you can drink that before bed or first in the morning when you're getting up, because I know most of us sleep in air conditioner or in a cool area, so that actually helps to dry out the sinus, which could be inflamed, and that could become very irritating. Now, with that being said, once you try to avoid dairy products, that's the first step: avoiding dairy products. Once you do that, trust me, you will feel a whole lot better. Your sinus issues will be of no more sinusitis. And I'm talking from experience. I'm speaking from experience. I've had this for about 7 years. I was battling with it for a while. When it gets to the winter season, it kind of flares up again. But if you're around like fan or dust or pollination or any of those things, it could get a bit inflamed. But to monitor that, avoid dairy, avoid starch or heavy starch intake or anything that's going to break down to mucus or acid. That is the best way, all right? Because your silica has to be clean for it to help to moisture the intake of the oxygen that you're breathing in and out, all right? Or the air that you're breathing in and out. So with that being said, there are other things that people could take: saline, salt water. Those are good solutions. Stay away from capsules that would actually affect your liver and your pancreas. That's not good. It makes no sense to try and reverse or aid sinus issues and then you're messing up your liver. That is kind of silly. So my advice to you or to most person is just avoid dairy products. And I said it more than 3 times, and I'm saying it again because I want you to understand that this is a concern that you're having. You're eating too much eggs, cheese, cream, butter, pastries, milks, yogurts. Anything with dairy form is going to affect you. Stay away from it and you'll feel a whole lot better. So that's my sharp synopsis on how to reverse, aid, and what is sinusitis or sinus issues. It's yours truly. I'm Holis Your Voice, your natural nutritionist, and you're here again on another episode of Health Me. So there you go. If you want to find out more about this, you can actually hit us up on the comments or directly into the store, Essentially Alkaline. You know how to find us. We are on every single platform on social media. And if you just want to ask questions or have a free consultations, just walk in and we'll walk you through. And if it's not just sinus issues, it could be just respiratory problems like asthma. Oregano is good for that as too. So other than that, this is a time where we all need to protect ourselves. It's the time of the pandemic. So be careful, all right? So until next time, I'll see you guys on another episode.